Hello everyone and welcome to Luminar Coffee Break. I'm Angela Andrieux and today I'm here to answer your questions about Luminar AI. So Luminar AI officially launched yesterday, so if you have pre-ordered, you should officially have that in your hands. Hopefully you have had a chance to play with it a little bit and have a couple of questions ready for me, and I will do my best to answer those for you today. Let me go ahead and switch over my screen here for you. And up on the screen, I have our support page. But before I dive into that, let me take a look here at the comments and see if there's any questions right off the bat. Hey, Robert in North Carolina, glad you're able to make it today. Hello, Michael. Michael asks, why when I import a raw file from Photos to Luminar AI, does it automatically convert it to JPEG? So Michael, it depends on which way you're going into Luminar AI from Photos. I can show you today how to do that so you bring over the raw file, because there's a couple of different ways to do it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go just pull up my Photos app here on my computer. And you'll see this is my personal photo library. So it's, this is just stuff off my iPhone, pictures of random things around my house and cats. And this is one that I worked on earlier. Let me go ahead and go into the edit mode here and revert this back to the original. And so what I have here is just a photo. What you can do, there's a couple of different ways you can take an image from Luminar AI from Photos into Luminar AI. One is to right click on it and go down to edit with, and then you can choose your application. Now when you do this, this is going to take a JPEG. What I recommend you do is instead go to the edit button and then go up to the extensions button, and from there choose Luminar AI. And this should take the raw file, if you have a raw file in your Photos, all the way over to Luminar AI. We'll go ahead and let this launch up here, and we'll do a quick edit, and I'll bring it back and show you how that's done. So let's go ahead, take a look at here what we have here in the nature collection, see what we get with distinctive drops here. Ooh, that's a little bit over the top. I like the definition that it gave is just a little too much, so I can pull that back. We're just kind of doing a quick edit right here. I think that looks really nice. I'll click Save Changes, and that'll take me right back to the Photos app. So hopefully that answers your question, Michael. And if you ever want to revert that back to the original, you can just click back to Revert Original here. If you want to keep this edited version, but you want to get the original raw file to send out somewhere else, you can always go to File, Export, and export one unmodified original photo as well. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me go ahead and quit out of Photos here, come back to my Skylum website. Let's see, Pat asks, if you've tried a few templates but then decide not to use them, how do you go to edit without applying them? All right, that's an easy one. Let's go ahead and go over to Luminar AI here. So let's take, I really like this picture, this one of these flamingos. It's so pretty, and I love the balance of this image. So let's go into our templates and have a little play. We've got this Animal Friends collection, so we can see which one might work best. And I'm just going to click through all of these so we can see them. And then if we get to the end and we decide, you know what, none of these really work for us, what I recommend doing is going down to, you can go to the ellipsis down here and say Reset Adjustments, or you can go over to your Edit tab. In the very bottom right corner, go down to your History, and there you can go ahead and click back to your original. Now, if you want to save your history of every template that you click through, you want to use that Reset Adjustments that I showed you, that ellipses there at the bottom. If you want to get all of those trial and error things gone, you can just click back to the original and then go up to your Essentials tab and start editing as usual. So then you can go ahead and add some Accent AI and maybe a little bit of vibrance. And already that's a pretty cool looking picture with just those two sliders. So I hope that answers your question there, Pat. She said, Pat thinks I should be her next door neighbor. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't that? That'd be a lot of fun. I'm sure we'd have lots of photo adventures and lots of editing adventures. That would be amazing. Rick wants to know when a print function will be coming. So right now, Luminar AI uses your system's print functionality. So if I go up here and go to my file and to print, it's going to pull up my print dialog box that comes with my system. So whether you're on Windows or Mac, it will differ a little bit. What I recommend, especially if you have a really nice photo printer at home, download that printer's utility. So for my Canon Pixma Pro 100, there is a software package that Canon makes that I can download. I can then export a high resolution TIFF or JPEG or whatever I want to print to my hard drive and then open that up, and I think it's called Canon Print Professional or something like that. And then I have all of the formatting options available that come with my printer. They're available in that software. So if you're doing home printing, that's what I recommend. If you're sending your stuff out to a lab, all you need to do is export as a high resolution JPEG or a TIFF, depending on your lab. Make sure you talk to them, look through their FAQs, find out what they recommend. Export your file with those formats, and then you can upload that wherever you're getting your prints made. So hopefully that helps. Let's see here, Leah, I'm not sure how to say it, which way to say it, but welcome, glad you're here. How do you layer photos in Luminar AI? So Luminar AI does not have layers per se. What we do have is our local masking tool, which you can access here on the very right side of the screen. And from there you can add a texture. Now right now this functionality is pretty basic. There isn't a free transform in here, so you're left with layering things directly over each other. There's no way to move them about and make a composite image. So it's very limited in that respect. But this is where you can go ahead and where it says load texture, that'll bring up your Finder or your Explorer. You can navigate to what you want to bring in. So let's say I want to bring in, let's see here. It's going to be a little bit obnoxious, but let's go ahead and try that one called Frozen Night. And I can bring in these bokeh bubbles and mess with my opacity here and go into the advanced settings, and then I have blend modes. Let's see here. Let's try, what else we have here? We'll go ahead and do hard light. It's nothing I would do for a production print or anything that I would hang on the wall, but you get the idea. That's where you can add another image on top and blend it together. It's still very basic. More functionality is coming to this soon. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that texture because that doesn't do it any favors. Let's see here. Look at some other comments here. Hello, Russ. Hey, Carl. In templates under My Collection Purchase and User Templates are grayed out. How do I turn them on to add additional templates? Great question. So to add an additional template pack, you'll go up to the File menu and add Luminar AI Template Collection. Once you do that, that will show up under Templates and over here under My Collection and in the Purchase section. Now you'll see I click on that, there's nothing there. That's because I haven't added any purchase templates. But once you add them via the File menu, right there, you'll be able to see them under the Purchased section. Give me just a second. All right, so let's see here. Yep, that's where those should go. And you should be able to find Luminar AI template collections on our website in the marketplace. Or if you're a Luminar X member, our membership program, you're going to be able to get some monthly deliveries of new templates there as well. Let's see here. All right. Leah wants to add her signature. So actually, one of our executives came up with a great workaround for that this morning. We'll be having a separate template or a separate tutorial video put together for that, and we'll get that out to you soon. Once I have that down, I will do a separate coffee break episode on that and walk you through exactly how to do it. But we do have a workaround. Let's see here. Rick is saying, unfortunately, Canon Print Studio Pro only works as an Adobe add-on. I believe it's a standalone as well. I could be wrong, Rick, and if I am, I apologize for giving you bad info. But most of those can be downloaded as standalone applications as well. All right. Well, if there's any other questions, please feel free to put those into the chat pod. I will take a look at those here for another moment. While I'm waiting to see if any other questions come in, let me go ahead and switch over to my browser. And I want to remind you about the resources available on our support page. So if you go to skylum.com/support, there is a wealth of information here. Let me just do a quick walkthrough. If you're looking for your download links and you're having trouble logging in directly to your My Skylum account, you can download Luminar AI right here. If you have a question about Luminar AI, we have a great FAQ section, and we're constantly updating that as new questions come in. Be sure to check out our FAQs. If you're looking for our user guide, it's very comprehensive, walks you through every step of the program, every menu in the program. You can go here to our user guide, and that's a really cool document because it's fully searchable. You have a search field up here at the top. If you're looking to compare stuff to Luminar 4, you can always switch back to the Luminar 4 menu if you want. And if you're one of those who likes to have a downloaded hard copy, down here at the bottom you can download a PDF so you can reference it while you're offline. So make sure you bookmark that page and come back to it often. Even though I work for Skylum and I'm working with this stuff all the time, I reference this page countless times every day because there's so much good information here, and it gives great instructions on how to walk through so many things. Go ahead here, my back button. I also want to invite you to come join our community forum. We have a very, very active community forum where we have Skylum experts, executives, support staff, and some very passionate users who man those forums and answer questions. And you can get a lot of great information on workarounds and different tips and tricks that maybe we even haven't thought of. So be sure to check out those forums. It's a great place to go. If you need to contact our support team, what I highly recommend you do is scroll down here to this section. You enter your name and your email. Under the request category, the best place to go is technical support. And I'm going to go ahead and walk through this so I can show you exactly what's here. Choose your operating system. For me, that's Catalina. And then choose your app name. So we're going to go ahead and go with Luminar AI. Now it starts out with a lot of frequently asked questions here, which if you can find the answer to your question, this is a great place to start. See if the issue you've encountered has already been dealt with. This will give you a really quick solution. If your question is not in this list, down here at the bottom, click here, and then you can go ahead and enter your message to our support team, upload any supporting documentation. So whether it's you need to show that you've made a purchase and it's not showing in your account, you can attach your proof of purchase there. If there's an image that you're working on you're having trouble with, that's a great place to add it. All of that, and then you go ahead and click on Contact Skylum, and our support team will be back with you as quickly as possible. Now, I will say, because we just launched Luminar AI, we have gotten a lot of questions, and our support team is very busy. So they typically reply within 24 hours. Right now, it's taking a little bit longer. So we ask that you're patient and know that we will get back to you as quickly as possible. So let me go ahead and pop back over here to the comments and see what else is here. Let's see here. Carl wants to know, is there a done button such as in Luminar 4? I think you're asking about like when you're masking and things like that, and no, there is not a done button. Let me go ahead and switch over here to my Luminar. And one place that you might be looking for a done button, and there isn't one, so I'm going to go to my essentials and down to my vignette. I'll go ahead and add a nice light vignette on this. If I go ahead and click choose subject, I can move that around. And you might think, okay, where's that done button? At this point, all you need to go do is click back on choose subject, or you can also click into any other tool and it'll close that up. So let's see here. Pat says I was smart to stick with Catalina for a while. It's one of those things when I was working more for myself and really just playing with software, I would update to the latest, greatest all the time because I didn't have anybody or anything really depending on my computer being able to do everything right away. When new operating systems come out now, because I have work I need to do and I need to be able to show you guys how to do stuff, if I upgrade and I can't work and I can't help you, then I'm hosed in my job. So hopefully, that's kind of a cautionary tale for everybody. Depending on how critical the work is that you need to do on your computer, it's always smart if you can to wait a few weeks after a major system upgrade and make sure everything is working properly before you make that upgrade. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys in the future. If there's any other questions, let's see here. I don't think there's anything else. So I want to wish you guys a really great day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow. If you're in our insiders community, that's at insiders.skylum.com. Also a great place to hang out. Lots of talented people, lots of great questions and answers. I do another coffee break session at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then I'll be here again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific here on YouTube. So with that, I want to wish you guys a wonderful day. Get out there, make some photos, and have fun. Bye-bye.